And welcome back, and it is the 8th of April, the further Maths 5 day, and let's just jump straight in. Right, what do we have? Anyone that's watched any of my videos know the next thing I'm going to say. Quadratic. It says solve. I'm going to try and see if I can do this by factorising. Now, my rule is, the rule I suggest you apply in exams is give it a minute. If you can't do it, then just straight to the quadratic formula, because it'll be quicker, it will work, and you won't be messing around trying to work something out. If it's a non-calculator exam, it is probably the case the numbers are easier. If it's a calculator exam, it could well be decimal places and much harder. But I'm going to give this a go anyway, only because I know by looking at this that I know it must be 7x and x. And I know because that's a negative and that's a positive, they both must be negative. Then really the question is this 8 and 2 or is this 4 and 4? Well, I want minus 22 in the middle. And I know that 7 times 2... Hold on, 7 times 4 is 28, so that's too far. So 7 times 2 is 14, plus 8 is 22, so that works, doesn't it? So actually this wasn't too bad at all. So 7x, 2 goes there, and 8 goes here, and let's just check. So 7 times minus 2 is minus 14x, minus 8 times x is minus 8x, 14 and 8 is 22. I've got the right answer. I haven't solved it though, have I? So this still equals 0, which means either x equals 2, or x equals 8 over 7. Nice question. Next one. Given n is a positive even integer. So I'm going to say that n is equal to 2k, where k is the element of the integer set, which is positive. Prove that is divisible by 12. Okay, so I'm just going to put 3k into here. So 3 times 2k squared plus 6 times 2k. Now I need to get a 12. So I can kind of see it coming already. So that's going to be 3 times 4 is 12. So 12k squared plus 12k. Take out the 12, which gives me k squared plus 1k. And then clear message, right? So I want to show that it divides by 12. So I'm going to say 12 is a factor. Then answer the question or conclusion. So therefore, divisible by 12. If this is an A-level exam, I'd say therefore for all positive even integers it is divisible by 12. It is fine at GCSE. Next question. A curve has an equation, gives me an equation. Find the gradient of the normal. So it just wants a gradient. Find the gradient of the normal to the curve at this point here. Let's expand. So y equals 5x squared minus x cubed, which means dy dx is equal to 10x minus 3x squared. And then it wants it at the x value, x equals 1. So x equals 1, so I've got that from here. X equals 1, dy dx is equal to 10 minus, so what am I doing? 10 times 1. So 10 times 1, which obviously is 10, but 10 times 1 minus 3 times 1, which is equal to 7. Now, what do it want? It wants a gradient of the normal. So therefore, the gradient of the normal, negative reciprocal, is minus 1 over 7, and that is my answer. Yeah, okay, just felt like I'd need to do something else, but no, that's fine, that's okay. Next question. The coefficient of the x cubed in the term expansion of this is this, find this. Now, that's 5, so I remember my fifth row, it's 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. This is x5, x4, x3, which is the one I want. So therefore it's going to be the case that 10, the coefficient from the Pascal's triangle, times 2 to the x cubed, times a squared, 5 minus 3 is 2, is equal to 1280x cubed. Now, cancel my x cubes, and then let's expand this. So 10 times 2 cubed is 80, a squared is equal to 1280x cubed, which means it does divide, doesn't it? Hopefully it's a square number. So 1280 divided by 80, 80 is 16. I feel better now. So therefore a squared equals 16, which means a equals plus 4 or minus 4. Quick check of the question. Find the possible values. So it's a hint, there are 2 values. Good, question done. Next and final question today. These numbers feel familiar. Did we have these numbers earlier? Well, I think it might have been yesterday. The line L has equation, gives me an equation. The line intersects the x-axis at the point A, the y, B. Find the distance. In other words, find the intersection points. What's the length between? So if x equals 0, so into here, then y, So let's write it out. So 2y is equal to 17, which means y equals 17 over 2. Okay. If y equals 0, then 5x equals minus 17, which means x equals 17 over 5, negative. Right, which means, now I don't really need a diagram, but I've got a line that looks something like this, and I want the length of that line. Okay, Pythagoras. So it's just going to be, this is going to be a calculator thing, is it? So it's going to be 17 over 2 squared plus minus 17, well the minus goes away, so 17 over 5 squared, all square rooted. You could simplify this if it was a non-calculator, but it's not. So I'm just banging the whole thing in my calculator. So 17 over 2 all squared plus 17 over 5 all squared, square rooted, gives me, well, it says 17 root 29 over 10 on the calculator, and that is approximately 9.15. So I'm going to put approximately 9.15. What's the question say? The question doesn't want any accuracy, doesn't say exact form, so that will do. Exact form, by the way, I'd say 17 root 29 over 10. It may well ask that in a sort of harder, further mathsy type question. Well done. Good mix of questions again today. Let me know how you did. I do like and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks all.